Craig, we've seen recently on the news that companies are looking to move their headquarters to Florida for both tax purposes and also quality of life for their employees. Please tell us what you're seeing as it relates to new business growth, and also talk about this friendly atmosphere in Tampa that we're all discussing.
Well, I think it's, as you heard some of the statistics, it's no secret that Tampa is a great place to be right now. And as all these people that are moving here, I think it's like 112 people are actually moving here each week.
Wow.
Those people need jobs, and that's what the EDC is about. So we're here to help make sure that the economic part of this equation, not just the great quality of life and the sunshine and the wonderful places to live and play and enjoy sports, but we actually have good paying jobs here. And if you've seen some of the news recently, we had a string of really good announcements of companies that have decided to move their operations here or expand their operations here. Starting with OpsWatt, which is a big cybersecurity company that moved from San Francisco here. One of the reasons that they chose here, in addition to, just this view outside of the window right here, but because we actually have good connectivity to San Francisco, thanks to our airport. Tampa International Airport is a big economic generator for this city. So in order to sustain the type of economic growth, we have to have the infrastructure to support it. And so with companies like cybersecurity, most recently we just announced Pfizer is opening a global hub here. And that's the 4th large pharmaceutical company that have chosen Tampa as a place to expand their operations in the last 5 years. So we're really getting traction on big relocations, big expansions from name brand companies. As I look out over this water here, it reminds me that we just recruited Suzuki Motors, which is an outboard motor marine company, to locate their headquarters here. And it's all because of all the things that we have to offer. But when I started in this business, a long time ago, it used to be that companies were interested in, the types of incentives that you can give them, and all of the things for like business costs and things like that. Today, it's more about the talent. And so companies are following talent. And when you have 112 people moving here each week, it justifies them being able to find the type of talent that they need to be successful. So then and again, it goes down to, you got to have a great quality of place in order to keep the talent and attract the talent, and that gets us the job. So we have a winning formula. And one of the things that Noah said earlier, and this is something that we take for granted, and I've been in a lot of other cities as well, but the type of culture here in terms of being welcoming, in terms of having a mayor that works great with our educational institutions, that works great with other community leaders. A lot of communities don't have that. And that frankly is one of our competitive advantages, that when we bring companies in, they see it, they feel it, and it gives us a big winning edge.
And that I'd like to just underscore what Craig just said, because that is what I've heard in my short time, a little under 2 years. Every company that I have met with that's considering Tampa is just unfortunately blown away, because it doesn't happen in it should happen everywhere.
Right.
But they come to Tampa and they said, we have never gone to a potential relocation site where everyone comes in and talks to us about how great their community is and why you should move here. Yep. And that really has helped us weather this pandemic. The diversity of Tampa is something that we celebrate in our demographics and our culture, but really the diversity, our economic diversity, and looking at having those medical pharmaceutical hubs, looking at our tech hub, looking at manufacturing, looking at tourism, and now looking at Department of Defense, trying to go after some of those contractors at MacDill to get them to bring their headquarters down here to the Tampa Bay area. So we are positioned in such a great spot, literally, geographically, as far as the geography is considered, But the sky is the limit for the
It is.
Tampa Bay area.
I'll add something to it. To comment what Dennis and Craig said, but Dennis, when you say the interest rates are so low, it's low throughout the country. And what's great about it is people are making the choice to move here.
Yeah, right.
And I think I find fascinating as I sit here is a lot of people in Tampa are like, hey, people are choosing to move here. And because, I find it's so humbling that people in Tampa are saying in government and politics, wow, they're making that choice.
Yes.
And so I think it's that the years of the culture, as you said, of having a welcoming, welcoming environment, of partnering with private and public, is the rest of the world is recognizing it.
Yes.
And I guess Tampa gets to profit, gets to be part of that. And it's great to see because there's plenty of places that don't have the appreciation of, permits, as you mentioned, Mayor, that don't have the sales, the waiting list, plenty of cities in the Northeast and the Midwest and all over the country. So it's great to see what's been created in terms of a very positive and welcoming environment.
Yes.
And Noah, to add to that, it's great to see people come from cold states. I mean, it's obvious why those people want to come down here, but it's also interesting for us to see people from Miami. Globally, one of the best, weather, most attractive spots, even within our own state. We're seeing people come from Miami to Tampa. And we're seeing that migration like we've never seen it before. So that's a really important thing to realize. It's not only from the Northeast, even within our own state, people are wanting to come to this area, and it's so exciting.
So Dennis, and to that point, while you would think the Northeast is one of our largest migration sources, as well as the Midwest, this year was the first year that I think we've seen, and this was a study by U-Haul. They said now we actually have more people coming from the Sun Belt. Texas is the third largest source of people migrating to Florida now. That says something.
It does.
Yes.